What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another installation of Mock Draft Monday. I am your host, Turtle from Outlier Fantasy, and today we're going to kick it off right away in a 12-person draft. I am the 5th pick, and I am really excited to see what we land here at 5th overall. I'm looking personally, hoping that I can get a running back, maybe Jahmyr Gibbs, maybe Christian McCaffrey. We shall see. For those that were waiting just to get in, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'm just so glad to be back and ready to just draft, Starting off right away, we have Jamar Chase going at the 101. Obviously, nobody disagrees with that, right? We could just keep moving along. The second pick is still on the clock. Waiting for them to make a selection. While they're making selections and I'm waiting to make my selection, if you guys have any fantasy football questions of your own, now is the time to ask. Don't be afraid. Ask away. No such thing as a stupid question, and I'm here all night, so you might as well ask. I'm up on the clock. I can pick between CeeDee Lamb, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley. I think I'm going to shoot for the upside with Christian McCaffrey here. As crazy as it sounds, I'm cool with taking McCaffrey there. When it comes back to me, being that I have Christian McCaffrey and I don't trust that to be, like a running back that is actually going to start all season long for me, I'm going to look for best available player. If that's a running back, I'll happily take it. If not, I will go wide receiver. Just to fill out the roster. After I pick Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua, and Derrick Henry are the next picks off the board. And now we're at the 110. Tree B Will is on the clock. He's going to take Ashton Jeanty. That's a great pick. And we're moving along pretty quick in the first round. I have some of my water. Let me know what you guys are sipping on in the chat. Malik Neighbors is the next pick off the board. Let me know your snack of choice right now. If you're snacking on some, let me know your bev. I'm waiting to just see who I could get with my second round pick. You know what I mean? Malik Neighbors off the board. Amon-Ra St. Brown is gone. And now we're waiting for the beginning of round 2. I'm doing a bad job of keeping it talking. So let's just kind of talk what's going on around the league. We have Micah Parsons, which has nothing to do with fantasy. Is Terry McLaurin going to get traded? I'm going to say no. I think he gets a contract done. James Cook is holding out of practice for a contract. I think that's another guy who's easily going to get signed. I'm not worried about James Cook not being at practice today. Maybe in a few weeks that could be a bigger concern. Right now, not so much concerned. But if there's any players you're questionable about, indifferent on, let's talk about it. The next 3 picks after Nico Collins are Devon Achane, Brian Thomas Jr., Jonathan Taylor, and Drake London. I have a few more picks before I could select. It looks like I'm going to end up with a wide receiver. I don't want to take Brock Bowers because I feel like I'm at a disadvantage with Christian McCaffrey, but I will do it if it feels right, Waiting for Yarain. I'm going to take Brock Bowers. It's a little crazy because I don't have a wide receiver. My running back is very, very likely to get injured. But I'm okay with making this like a Brock Bowers type of build team. I'm just going to pretend like I don't have a running back and draft like I need both of those positions because I do. It's not ideal to leave the first 2 rounds of Underdog without a wide receiver. Everybody's usually grabbing wide receiver heavy, but I'll make sure in rounds like 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm grabbing whatever wide receiver values I can, and I'll make the best of it. Again, if you guys have any fantasy football questions of your own, now is the time to ask. Don't be shy. T. Higgins and Chase Brown, 2 Bengals go back-to-back right after I pick. 5 picks away. I'm looking at Garrett Wilson as potentially my best wide receiver. I would live with that. Anything less, I'm looking at Mike Evans, or I'm looking to take Bucky Irving or Josh Jacobs, if I'm lucky. I don't think I'm going to get that lucky, but hey, everyone gets lucky every once in a while. Thank you guys again for all the recent support on the channel. The videos have been doing pretty well lately. The last upload, not so much, but the 2 before that did great. So thank you guys. That's on you. Appreciate that. Still waiting to see who I'm going to get here with my 3rd round pick. Take a look at the board real quick while we wait. Everything is pretty chalk right now. Nothing too absurd here, other than me taking McCaffrey over Saquon Barkley, I would say. I'm going to take Josh Jacobs, best available player. I know I don't have a wide receiver, but I will figure it out. I need to assume that Christian McCaffrey is going to get hurt, so at least I have Josh Jacobs, if that is the case. And if that's not the case, then hopefully I have 2 really good running backs. The wide receiver is going to be tricky. I don't have any yet, and I really need to start going after that position. Usually I'm able to grab guys later, like a Calvin Ridley, but people are pretty keen on Calvin Ridley right now. It's very possible that I don't end up with him, so let's just see how it goes. Josh Allen is picked right after me, followed by Amari Hampton, then Kyron Williams. Mike Evans, I can't even speak. Mike Evans follows after that, Breece Hall and Jaden Daniels. And now we have the last pick of round 3. Let's look at these rankings. See, where do I agree? I feel like, come on, guys. Wide receiver 31. I feel like that's such a value. He's never been worse than a top 30 receiver, and he's just sitting here in a range where he could easily pan out and go above his ADP. I'm not going to use the corny excuse of he's a Pro Bowl wide receiver, but let's be honest, he's definitely one of the 30 best wide receivers for fantasy football. Who are we kidding? I will happily take him. I need the wide receiver depth. We'll see who I can manage to grab. I'd love DJ Moore as my first wide receiver. That would be amazing. You guys know how high I am on DJ Moore this year, so that would be really cool. Lamar Jackson off the board. James Cook at the beginning of round 4. That's not an ADP discount. I thought he was getting him on the cheap. He actually was reaching, but I like that pick, to be honest. I don't think that was a reach. I thought that was some good value around 4. I'm gonna go bananas right now. Let's go. I get DJ Moore. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, this team is looking sharp right now. This team is looking devious, shall I say, boys. Chad, this team is looking devious. I have what I think is going to be top 15 wide receiver. I have Christian McCaffrey. I have literally Brock Bowers, and he's him. When this pick comes back to me, I could really, really put myself in a good spot. Jamison Williams, George Pickens, Cortland Sutton. Even if I went running back, Chuba Hubbard is a good pick. I wouldn't go Rome Odunze. Zay Flowers is available. Calvin Ridley. That's why we made the video about mid-round wide receivers. This is the round to take them. They should be falling off the board one right after the other. Just like Ted McMillan, DK, J-Mo, let them all fly off the board. I like the Kamara pick. He doesn't have a running back. But these wide receivers here are better than the running backs. I'm telling you. He went with a smart build. 3 running backs. Gibbs, Chase Brown, Bucky Irving. But his one is Tet. His running backs are better than mine, for sure. But I have Tet. I mean, I don't have Tet. I have Brock Bowers. That's a massive, massive difference. Elite positional value. I'm losing out on all of the wide receivers that I really love. I'm going to take Calvin Ridley, but I really wish that Jameson Williams, George Pickens, or Cortland Sutton could have landed here to me. Thank goodness Calvin Ridley is still there. I will definitely take that. I think that's a pretty good wide receiver too, if you ask me. I'm still looking to get after the wide receiver position again because, as you can see here, I have 2 running backs. Technically 1 because I don't believe my first running back is going to stay healthy. You just have to do it for best ball, though. I mean, if he's playing, I'm getting 27 points a week or something absurd. I have Josh Jacobs, legit running back. DJ Moore and Calvin Ridley are my wide receivers. Nothing too flashy. And Brock Bowers, this is the cornerstone piece of this team. This is going to be what brings it home for us or the downfall. I think Brock Bowers is going to be sick again. So I figured if I was shooting for upside with McCaffrey, might as well pair with Brock Bowers and see if we could build a really nice team with that. A lot of the wide receivers are still going here in the back of round 9. Jalen Waddle, Zay Flowers, Roma Dunze. Travion Henderson ends round 5, and now we're going to round 6. But if you're just stopping in and joining the stream, thank you guys so much. If you guys have any fantasy football questions, now is the time to ask. Ask away. I'm here all night and I'm drafting. And we're talking fantasy football. That's what I'm here for. So let's go. Travis Hunter, best available right now. It's a crazy ADP though, 56. I guess that was just from early on in the season. I'm not sure. Chris Olave kicks off round 6. Low-key, I think that's a value pick this year. I think people are really underestimating what... I don't know what... I have a hair or something? Yeah. Sorry about that. I think Chris Olave, we always draft him as this second, third round pick, and it's such an expensive price tag, and when it fails, you really, really feel the repercussions of it. This year, he's a middle round draft pick. It's not going to kill you if you draft him and it doesn't work out. Sure, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to be like when you put yourself in a hole because you drafted Chris Olave in round 2 and he's just mid. If he's mid with your 6th round pick, you'd be like, you know what? All right, it's better than being a 0. So after Chris Olave, Isaiah Pacheco, you know what? I'm about to be on the clock, so let me not talk about the draft board. Jerry Jeudy is gone. I need a wide receiver. Of course he's there. Why wouldn't he be there? I have to draft him. I have to. It's my guy. I would have loved to take Jordan Addison, but the suspension. Ricky Pearsall would have been a good choice. But Jacoby Myers is my guy. I have to stand on business with that one. I will need to go back into the running back department at some point, but getting the wide receivers is key here. I really needed to fill that position out, and grabbing 3 in a row helps me do that. And it's 3 in a really interesting tier where I feel like I'm getting players that are significantly below their ADP that have a chance to exceed it. You know, TJ Moore's the 40th pick in fantasy, could be a top 15 wide receiver in my opinion. Feel like that's a value. Calvin Ridley is outside of the top 50. I feel like he may be one of the best 50 fantasy players that you could have this year. And Jacoby Myers, I mean, this guy is literally hasn't been worse than a wide receiver 30 in the last 4 years. But you know what? Yeah, we'll just take him in the 6th, 7th round. All good. I do need a running back. Is David Montgomery the pick, though? I think I could wait on running back again, to be honest. I think I could wait on running back. I see Matthew Golden. It excites me, but I'm not going crazy over it. Jawan Jennings, calf injury. Probably makes Ricky Pearsall that much justifiable of a pick. Joe Mixon, I don't really want to get involved with an injured player. Brian Robinson Jr., I feel like I'm reaching if I take him there. How much longer till my next pick? It's going to be a while, so I will miss out on a lot of good running backs. However, Josh Downs. I'm going to take Matthew Golden. I've been a Matthew Golden believer. It gives me some wide receiver depth at the position. Yes, I miss out on the running backs here, but I am low-key looking to find somebody in this Tajay Spears, Tank Bigsby range, potentially Jaden Blue. Then I could worry about quarterback later. I don't need a tight end, which is nice. I don't need to worry about getting a late-round tight end. That's already covered. Have Brock Bowers. I will get another tight end, of course. But for now, not really looking to draft one, to be honest. Again, if you guys have any fantasy football questions of your own, now is the time to ask. I'm actually going to make a run for the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. So glad you didn't leave because I am back. I'm 2 picks away. I'm going to have to make a decision fast. Brian Robinson Jr. is the fastest decision I can make off the top of my head. And that's the pick. Lovely. Get some running back depth. I really like that pick. Now what does our team need? Obviously, we need a quarterback. I'm not looking to draft any of these quarterbacks, if I'm being honest. I would much rather wait and not have to worry about, is Kyler Murray going to be good? Is Bo Nix going to have a sophomore slump? Is Justin Fields going to revive his career? Like, this is a tier that I'm not interested in at all. I'm not going to stop drafting Matcha. I don't care if I've had 40 this week. Matcha tastes good. It's only Monday. There's no way I had 40, I'm telling you. Maybe 4, but not 40. I'm not really I'm not loving any of these wide receivers here. Rashid Shaheed's kind of interesting. Rather go for some running back depth. Fortunately, the Cam Scatterboo situation. I don't know if I love drafting him today like I did 2 days ago, but maybe I'm just being a little overreactive. That is very fair. The quarterbacks are flying off the board, so yeah, keep me away from that. Travis Kelce as a backup tight end / flex, I don't hate that. Mark Andrews could also be that. Mark Andrews could very well be that for me. Get some tight end depth. I would never suggest doing that, but I got to be honest. I don't really know what else I love in this tier. Like, if I take Bo Nix, I'm taking him just because positional need. Not like I need him. I guess I could go Tyjae Spears. Looking for that, like, running back depth, really. Or take the quarterback now, and when it comes back to me, I can get Tank Bigsby. That's a legit option. I do need wide receiver help, though. Wide receivers are not getting any easier to find. I'm probably not going to draft him. Rashid Shaheed. I'm going to take Rashid Shaheed. Take a chance. I feel like the smartest thing to do would have been to grab Travis Kelce. But after last season and being burned on him, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah. There's no private snap, buddy. Yeah, okay. No private snaps. This is Outlier Fantasy. This is a professional thing we got going on here, okay? Professional operation. And you better treat it as such. But we are drafting. And that's way more important than the matcha or the private snaps. We don't really need wide receiver at this point. We kind of just have like a cesspool of like mid people. There really isn't a private snap, but we can keep going on with the joke that there is. I'm totally fine for that. I definitely don't make snaps at night, but hey, to each their own. To each their own. What is Addie C going to do? Takes Ramondre Stevenson. I'm thinking when it comes back to me, I was eyeing. Nah, I'm still going to go Tank Bigsby and follow it up with a Jaden Blue. I do hate winning. The reason why, hear me out. When I get to the board at 5 and my choices are Saquon Barkley, CMC, or one of these two wide receivers, I'm just shooting for the moon. I'm like, you know what? Give me moonball potential and moonball potential. And if these two hit, I'm probably going to win if these wide receivers show up. That was my thought process. If Christian McCaffrey doesn't show up, then I hate winning. But if he plays, this team could win me some money. So that was the thought process. If I have CMC and Brock Bowers, that's a super duo. That tandem's going to outscore people left and right. I'm not going to say Malik Neighbors isn't the right answer, because I do think he is the right answer if I was going to pick a wide receiver. But Christian McCaffrey is the only player in any part of this draft, first overall, last pick in the draft. There's one guy and one guy only that could either finish as the best running back or best player in fantasy or be an absolute zero. So you know what I'm doing? I'm building a lineup for, in case he does play and he is the best running back or best player in fantasy, I'm going to get him and Brock Bowers, and the rest of the guys will just fill in the production that I need. They'll carry it. They'll carry the points. Not worried about it. Quarterback I do need. Low-key, not that interested in the quarterbacks provided here. I'm going to keep an eye on some guys that I want, i.e. Demario Douglas and his ADP. Tank Bigsby was somebody I wanted here. I'm going to have to make sure that I grab him. Or I could wait and go Jaden Blue. That's an option. You know what? I'm going to go Drake May because I need the quarterback. I will get another quarterback that I like. But I will take Drake May. And when it comes back to me, hoping I can land... I'm hoping I can land Tank Bigsby. And then get Demario Douglas after that. That's the master plan. We'll see how that goes. After I take Drake May, Evan Ingram comes off the board. And in my opinion, that's probably the best value of the draft right now. Evan Ingram in round 10. Considering all of these other tight ends that went beforehand, I think that was a great pick. Travis Kelce went at the end of round 9, so I feel like that was a good deal. Getting a target hog like Evan Ingram there, that's a good pick. This guy has 2 quarterbacks, Burrow and Dak Prescott. Oof. I guess you didn't realize that they have the same bye week. That sucks. You need to watch Outlier Fantasy, my friend. It seems like you need some tips. Respectfully, of course. Luther Burden. What are these people doing? You're just drafting wide receivers. There's no way this team can win with one running back on their roster. Literally one running back. I better not lose to that team. They have Ray Davis and Alvin Kamara. I better not lose to them. So serious. Even their quarterbacks, Kyler Murray and Justin Fields, I better not lose to that team. That team is throwing. This is a bot lobby. Tank Bigsby, welcome to the squad. Thank you very much. Great pick. Great pick. Love that pick. Yes, I could have got another quarterback. I'm going to wait on quarterback. I don't need to take another one right now. There's plenty of quarterbacks. Plenty. I thought the nails looked green in the light, and that's why I did it, but they're actually a different color, believe it or not. But yeah, that's not private snap, that's just on the regular snap. So, nice try. You tried to get me there, try to catch me saying that there's some private snap. There's no private snap. There's nothing private about this money that I'm about to collect from these bots in my lobbies. There's nothing casual about it, I'm going to be honest. How many more picks do we have to make? Okay. We're in a decent spot. I could probably wait another... Oh, Demario Douglas went. No, that sucks. All right, we'll go get Jaden Blue. No big deal. We still have like wide receivers to the point where I'm comfortable at wide receiver. Yeah, there's a couple guys with a week 5 bye, but for the most part, I feel good about them. I don't really need running back, but again, just because I have Christian McCaffrey, I'm just going to pretend like he's not there. I have 3 running backs. I could use another. And they'll flex. If anything, they'll flex for me. CJ Stroud, that's a good pick. That was someone I was trying to wait on late. Jordan Love is there. I don't love that. No pun intended. Probably going to settle for Tua. Xavier Legette. I like that tier a lot. Those 2 players in particular. I don't know what you're talking about in terms of T-ville reunion. I have no idea. Jaden Blue. Could use it. But I'm afraid I'm going to miss out on a QB or wide receiver that I need. So I'm going to take Tua. Not going to play around. Get the guy. Someone may take that pick. There's no reunion I set up. I am literally in my room making videos nonstop. There's no possible way I could make a reunion. And I don't even know what the reunion's for. Xavier Legette, I definitely want. Kyle Pitts is available. Come on now. I need a backup tight end. That could be the guy. That could be the breadwinner. I have 6 more picks to make. Yep. I can count. Look at me. 6 more picks. Dallas Goedert is available. That's always a guy that's a value. Somehow, some way is just a value. Jaden Blue is gone. So much for me getting another running back. It looks like the running backs I have are going to be the ones I stick with. Dylan Sampson's there, though. It's not a bad pick. I'm going to take Xavier Legette because I need the wide receiver. Please don't unfollow me. We will get Kyle Pitts on the way back. I truly believe it. No, we won't get Kyle Pitts on the way back, but oh well. He's really not more important than getting Xavier Legette, who I think is a dog. Not saying your subscribe or your follow isn't worth it, but I got to go get my Xavier Legette. It's been my guy all off season. He's going to be there because this guy's not going to take him. I got to make my move. There we go. Nice and easy. Being that I have 5 picks now left, I'm going to go check out the draft room, see if we could get into another lobby. Ooh, a nice little $3 lobby. And then we'll just draft in both of them. Go back and forth. And maybe I'll draft Pitts in the next lobby. Who knows? Take a look at the draft board just in case anybody who's just dropping in wants to see how it went. First overall pick, Jamar Chase. Comes to me at pick 5. I take who I think is best available, Christian McCaffrey. Yada, 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 yada. Down the list. When it comes back to me, I still don't have a wide receiver, but I was not settling on T. Higgins or Tyreek Hill, so I took Brock Bowers. When it came back, I still didn't love the wide receivers other than Mike Evans. I knew I needed a running back because I can't trust Christian McCaffrey to stay healthy, so I went with Josh Jacobs. Then I started peppering the wide receivers because obviously I didn't have one, and now here we are with what I think is a pretty solid squad. I'm going to need another tight end, but maybe I could afford to take Isaiah Likely if he falls any lower. We'll have to see. But if you're just stopping in, if you have any fantasy football questions of your own, now is the time to ask. Do not be shy. Ask away. Oh, wow. We're already starting. Wow. I got the 10th pick. Ooh-wee. I'm just going to queue up some names just in case I don't make it back in time. Perfect. That is the order I would like to draft them in. Now we're going to go back to my other draft lobby where I'm 6 picks away. And we're going to see how this goes. Why didn't I draft Pitts? I didn't draft Kyle Pitts because I didn't feel like... Well, I actually didn't even have a chance to draft him, to be honest. I had to take Xavier Legette, but I have Brock Bowers, if you didn't know, who's a lot better than Kyle Pitts and potentially has lived up to what Kyle Pitts was supposed to be. So I felt like I had to take Brock Bowers out of respect. He's the only one to do what Kyle Pitts has set out to do for so many years. You know what I mean? Like, Kyle Pitts walks, so Brock... Wow, I just had a crazy voice crack. But Kyle Pitts walked simply so Brock Bowers could fly. You know what I mean? Brock Bowers is flying because Kyle Pitts paved the way for that. That's what you have to realize. There is no Brock Bowers without Kyle Pitts. Nah, I'm trolling. But let's go back to my other draft lobby because we're probably about to pick soon. No, we're okay. We're okay. We'll stay in here for a bit. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you have any fantasy football questions, now is the time to ask. Do not be shy. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate that. Kyle Pitts is a dog, man. Pat Bryant, I could use the wide receiver help. I'm going to take Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is a beast, low-key. Don't sleep. Don't sleep on Zach Ertz. Let me get back into this lobby. You know what? At this point, we're pretty much done with the first one. We're picking between scraps. Let me make my pick here at pick 10. Wow, there's a lot of good players here left. Holy cow. Did not expect that, even though I should have expected that. Anyways, Malik Neighbors, that's a very easy pick. I'm going to go on auto pick in the other draft because we really don't need to be picking from the scraps. We have a brand new lobby to be in. Already have Justin Jefferson. So do you take Neighbors or Ginty? At pick 3. I'm not understanding the pick 3, but if you have Justin Jefferson, I don't see a problem in taking Malik Neighbors. I would probably just take the best available running back, though, so I know I have a legit running back, legit receiver like I'm about to do. I have Malik Neighbors and Ashton Ginty now because I'm just looking for a balanced approach. Take best available running back, take best available wide receiver, in my opinion, and I keep it moving. I don't know why you would curl up in a ball and quiver away, but I'll take it as a compliment, to be honest. Thank you. I would probably pick Ginty over Malik Neighbors in your case, Tell. But I don't think Ginty's a better fantasy player than Malik Neighbors, if that makes sense. So if you're shooting for the upside, I guess you could double stack wide receiver if you feel comfortable with taking a running back later. But you definitely can't go wrong with a balanced approach like we just did here. Grab your wide receiver, grab your running back, and just build from there. Take best available player as they come along. Breezy low-key is on the clock. And he's going to take... Oh, no, he's still on the clock. I'm sorry, bro. Chase Brown went before you. I'm sure that's throwing a wrench in your plans because you definitely wanted Chase Brown. When it comes back to me, I have quite a long way to go before I could pick again. Mike Evans seems like a fine option to me. But that's if he's available. I could see the quarterback start. I need both the quarterbacks to come off the board if I want a chance at Mike Evans. Need that wide receiver help. Mike Evans could be that guy. Getting Brock Bowers at this 19 to 21 pick range, I feel like how could you go wrong with that? From a fantasy football perspective, right? Maybe you could argue Chase Brown and Bucky Irving are more valuable for fantasy, but I'm definitely thinking Brock Bowers is more valuable than Ladd McConkey. No disrespect. I just think whatever Brock Bowers is going to put up in terms of numbers, I'm going to get more out of Brock than Ladd McConkey. I think it's just a value getting him in this 18, 19, 20 range. It's just a good place to be drafting him at, in my opinion. He's basically a wide receiver with the numbers he's going to put up. And you're drafting him as a tight end. So people are I don't know. I feel like he could be warranted of a first-round pick. There's so much first-round talent that it would be hard to say, Devon Achane is no longer in the a first-round pick because he's a beast. Even Brian Thomas Jr. is a first round pick. So, but I would be taking him right after this like A.J. Brown, Drake London tier. Like that's where I would be putting Brock Bowers. What do you guys think? Let me know. Waiting for it to come back to me still. There are a ton of good options in my opinion, so I'm happy with the way this draft is going. I did want both the quarterbacks to be taken, though, if I wanted a chance at Mike Evans, but I think I'm still going to be in a good spot with wide receiver if neither of them get taken, but I think one of them will get drafted. Got 3 more picks away. JSN is the most recent pick. Garrett Wilson is off the board. That's a bummer. I would have been happy to take him. The fact that Josh Allen could potentially, never mind. I was going to say, if he was still there, I would have had to just blow up the draft plan to take him. Still going to go with Mike Evans if he's available. The person in front of me has 2 wide receivers. I doubt they do it. And they took a third, but not Mike Evans. So we're in the clear, boys. That's a great pick. When it comes back to me, I could decide, do I want a running back? Do I want to take DJ Moore? I have options. Do I want to take a quarterback? They are available. Could take George Kittle, another player that I think should have a really, really good season this year. Especially if we don't know what we're going to get out of these San Francisco wide receivers, if Jawan Jennings is going to be available right away. We're talking about something that could potentially be tight end 1. I know I was just talking up Brock Bowers, but George Kittle's up there too. He was like literally the only one that came close to scoring what Brock Bowers was scoring. So for what it's worth, could be a league winner here. I may do it. It's just, do I want James Cook more than the upside of what George Kittle could be? George Kittle's gone, so I don't have to make that decision. If Breece Hall's there, I'm taking him. That should like be a player that doesn't fall here, but somehow does. I think he's trying to figure out, do I pass up Breece Hall for Terry McLaurin, or do I just take quarterback? We'll see what happens. Yeah, he ends up going McLaurin. I'm going to happily take Breece Hall, and this person without a running back will have to settle for James Cook. He's just going to have to. I'm sorry. Had to take that pick. Chuba Hubbard follows. So I guess if you're going to go hero running back, take one guy late because you took 3 wide receivers, that's a solid choice. I would have went anyone other than Rashee Rice. But hey, that's just me. Yeah, right? I think if you draft Chuba Hubbard, you just blew in from Stupid Town totally. I guess I'm a member of Stupid Town then. DK Metcalf? Oh my goodness. Give me your money. I will take your money now, sir. What are we doing? DK Metcalf. Oh my goodness. I don't even care if it's your 3rd wide receiver. I don't. DK? In round 4? That's crazy. Bro, go get Xavier Worthy. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just blew in from Stupid Town. I don't know. Maybe. It's very possible. I'm really tight I couldn't get George Kittle. That would have been a great pick. This team is nice. From the 112, Achane, BT, Lamar Jackson, George Kittle. That's a good team. That's a really solid squad. Respect. I like my team too, though. Ash and Gene team, Malik Neighbors. It's a crazy stack. Crazy, crazy, crazy stack. I probably should go wide receiver when it gets to me. Who's going to be available, though, when I pick? That's going to be a tough one. Alvin Kamara could low-key be a value if all of the wide receivers go. That's just going to have to be when it gets to my pick. I'll have to make that call. But for now, TBD. TBD. Jameson Williams is the most recent pick off the board. I have a long way to go for my pick. This is tough. But hey, if you have any fantasy football questions of your own, now is the time to ask. Do not be shy. Ask away. I really would love one of these 4 wide receivers here. If I could get Jalen Waddle, Calvin Ridley, any of those guys, I'd be happy. Travis Hunter, I'd be a little less happy about, but still happy. Alvin Kamara, that's a good pick. I respect that. I respect it. It's a little early in ADP, but you know what? You got to go get your guy. If you like someone, you got to go draft them. That's what I do with Jacoby Myers. So let's hope that works out. Because if not, my underdog portfolio could be a disaster this year. 2 more picks away. Who are we taking? A lot of interesting players have been taken here in round 5. RJ Harvey, Travis Hunter, Jalen Hurts. A lot of interesting players taken. Zay Flowers is looking to be the player I land, which I'm totally happy about if I can get him. Just kind of need everybody to, make up their mind, have a player in mind. Wow, Caleb Johnson. Okay. Not mad at it. I got my 2 running backs. It's none of my business. When it makes its way back to me, I could go Swift. I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. Or I could go Rome, because I don't have DJ Moore. We got options. Chris Olave, if I want to take a chance on a wide receiver. There's some good players in this tier. James Conner is still potentially available. He'll probably get taken before I pick, but this round 6 is a good place to be. That's all I could say. Travion Henderson potentially. I'm just worried about with Travion Henderson the aspect of Ramondre Stevenson taking away the goal line carries. That does concern me personally, but clearly he's RB20, so people don't care about it that much on Underdog. DeAndre Swift, potentially. Could go get me Jacoby Myers. I may just go get me Jacoby Myers. Who knows? Nah, I'm going to take Swift. I need the running back depth. Could start hitting wide receivers after now. I'll be in a good spot. Trust, I'll be in a good spot. Got some new viewers in here. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you guys have any fantasy football questions of your own, now is the time to ask. Do not be shy. I have 18 picks before I pick again. So that's a lot of time. That's plenty of time for me to answer your questions. Let's take a look at this draft board. Running backs galore in round 6. Holy moly. James Conner, Travion Henderson, DeAndre Swift, and Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy there is crazy, crazy, crazy. I would be taking Pacheco, Montgomery. There's a lot of good running backs. I don't think Tyrone Tracy is the answer, my guy. But hey, you do you over here. You do you. You got a hunch. I could tell. You really believe in those guys. So go for it. Do you. When it makes its way back to me, what am I thinking about? Emeka Egbuka is what I'm thinking about. He won't be there, though. So I'm probably thinking about Josh Downs, realistically. TJ Hawkinson, really good tight end. Emeka Egbuka, wow. Gone, just like that. Gone with the wind. Okay. That's a guy that's climbing up the ADP ladder. We talked about him on the channel a little bit. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. But Emeka Egbuka is climbing, and it's for the right reasons. He's probably going to have a great rookie season, or at least set up to have a great rookie season, across from Mike Evans, who's, as we all know, virtually unguardable. Still 13 picks away. Stephon Diggs, wow. It's an interesting round. We've had some running backs. We've had Emeka Egbuka. And then Deebo Samuel and Stephon Diggs, 2 washed-up wide receivers. Interesting. Okay. Jacoby Myers, my king. Can't believe I wasn't able to draft him. That's such a bummer. You will be missed. I did get you in the last mock we did, so it's all right. I'm not that upset. I'm still looking to grab a wide receiver. Not looking to put a girl on, per se. More so to put a wide receiver on. I think that's going to be the key to unlocking this team that I'm building. Got to get another wide receiver in here. But who is the question? Because my options are running slim. We've got Chris Godwin, someone that's probably not going to start the season healthy. Khalil Shakir, maybe someone that also might not start the season healthy. We have Jaden Reed, somebody that I'm just not that big of a fan of, to be honest. Ricky Pearsall, he's going to be gone. I'm not thinking about that. Kind of leaves me with just Josh Downs. I would have liked to have Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden got sniped. I could take Isaiah Pacheco. No, I cannot. That is a gone choice. Yeah, I'm probably looking at a wide receiver here, but the options I love are not many. Darnell Mooney, another guy that's hurt. This is like I may not play week 1 tier for wide receivers, but I need to make sure Ricky Pearsall gets on my team. Thank you very much. Thank you. The Underdog gods answered my prayers. You want to do a fan's choice? I'll tell you what, Steve. If you can get 2 more people in the chat to say that they'll consult and make draft picks with you, I will go in Underdog, pay for a lobby, and I have the committee, whatever group you decide in the chat wants to make the picks, you guys can decide amongst yourselves, and I will take that choice. But I need you to get at least 2 other people involved. Because if I'm going to put up my own money, I want it to be a little more exciting. So if you can find 2 more people, I'm in. If I don't tell you good night, well, let me just do you the honors and wish you a good night, Jason Tatum. Thank you so much for joining the stream, Jason Tatum. It was truly a pleasure and an honor. Thank you for joining. Who is in? That is the $1 million question. There's 10, 11 people in this stream right now. There's got to be somebody in this chat that wants to join you. There's got to be. I know it. I'll put up my own money. You could pick Kyle Pitts in the first round. I don't care. But you got to get somebody else to join you. At least 2 people. If you get 1, I'll think about it. But 2 is like I'm 100% in. Here I am in round 8. I probably need a quarterback, but I'm not going to do that. I really hope AutoPick doesn't give him TJ Hawkinson. I could really, really, really use TJ Hawkinson. Please don't do it. Yes. Getting good picks. Good vibes are making their way towards me. Listen, Jason Tatum, I can't draft Michelle Obama, but if you want to consult with Steve and make picks and draft my next team, I'm totally fine with that. Jason Tatum, will you join him? That's the $1 million question we want to know right now. there's got to be somebody out there that wants to draft with my friend. I just know it. I truly believe it. After I take TJ Hawkinson, Michael Pittman Jr., great pick, Josh Downs, Cooper Kupp, and Baker Mayfield are the next few picks. Waiting for Breezy Low Key to pick again. Once he picks, keep it rolling, hopefully. I hate that everybody's using up their timer, though. Like, why do you not know what you want? How do you not go to the store and already know what you're going to order? Like you don't just know? Come on. What is this thinking and using rational choices to play fantasy football? That is ridiculous. That's completely outrageous. I would never. This is a lengthy draft. That's the one thing about the 12-man. Like, obviously, it's a way better experience in terms of, like, getting a fair and balanced team. But the 10-man drafts go a lot quicker. A lot quicker. It kind of gets to, like, a halt here. Everybody's taking up their time. People start making silly picks like Keon Coleman. Like, this is a boring part of the draft. I will admit that. I will admit. I try to keep it entertaining, though. I'm always trying to grab these interesting, fun players. Trying not to take quarterbacks here, because that could get really boring and messy, actually. We don't want that. Looking at running back, because I have 4. Well, technically I have 4, but 2 are on a week 14 bye, so I really should treat this like I have only 3 wide receivers. Rashad Bateman is a fine option, but I have Zay Flowers, so that kind of makes me not want to draft him, to be fair. But at least I know that I'm probably getting a touchdown every week if I start both of those guys. Wide receiver is kind of a not so fun position to draft right now. So I don't know if it makes sense to go ahead and draft them, or if I should take my quarterback. This is kind of why we do the mock draft Monday. We could kind of experiment and figure out what's gonna be the thing that gets us over the hump. We got 12 viewers in here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you have any fantasy football questions of your own, now is the time to ask. If anyone wants to be a part of a Pick My Team fantasy draft, you got to consult with Steve in the chat. I told him if he could get 2 more people, I'll go into an Underdog lobby, use my money to pay for it, and you guys can make every single pick. Every single one. Round 1 to 18. On me. On my dime. But you got to participate and you got to be in the chat. So let's go. I'm probably going to end up taking a quarterback, even though I hate doing that here. I really do. I could get Kyler Murray. That I kind of like. You know what? I have an idea. If this is going to be a point in the draft where we are just going to take ugly picks and hope they pan out, I'm going to take Tyler Warren and hope it pans out. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm going to take a chance on it. Yeah. If you're going to leave in 5 more minutes, I'm sure you probably have to go do a break or something. Probably not going to finish in 5 more minutes. But I do appreciate that you wanted to participate. When this pick comes back to me, I can take a quarterback and feel a little bit better about it. Took Tyler Warren for the upside. That was just kind of like a whatever pick. Yeah, CMC probably isn't going to pan out. But hey, if it does, great. I win. If it doesn't, I lose. You know? I'll accept my loss early on. That's fine with me. I'm waiting to decide which of these quarterbacks am I going to take. He takes Bo Nix. That's one less quarterback I get to choose from. I'm going to take Kyler Murray for the rushing upside, and I will go get another quarterback because I don't feel great about that quarterback whatsoever. Thank you for spamming W's in the chat. I really appreciate that. Tank Bigsby, that's a good pick, man. Starting to like your team, not really, but I could see the potential. Starting to grow on me a little bit, Duval. I could appreciate it. My running back's going to poop on yours, though. I'm sorry. You do have better wide receivers than me. I'll give you that. But I got Malik Neighbors. He's a dog. After I take Kyler Murray, Tank Bigsby and Colston Loveland are the only two picks made. Tyjae Spears has just been picked. So we're starting to move it along here. It's getting there. It's getting there. How many more picks do we have? We still have some ways to go, so I'm not going to go jump into another lobby just yet. But eventually we will at some point, right? We're not ready to sign off yet, Chad, are we? So we'll let it rock. We'll stay in here for a bit. Been going for a little over an hour now. Not really looking to stop as long as there's people that want to watch. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to answer any of your fantasy football questions you may have and just talk football and draft. That's what I'm here for. It's a vibe. I think I'm going to end up with another solid quarterback. I think Justin Herbert is somebody I could legitimately end up with here. That's somebody I can legitimately grab. I'm hoping I do get that opportunity, but if not, we'll see. Dude, if I could have white monsters right now, not only would I be flirting with a heart attack because I've already had so much caffeine today, I would be off the walls. This would probably be a wild, wild stream. But I do love my white monsters. Shout out Monster Energy. If you're out there, you're watching the stream, definitely hook me up. I mean, what are you doing? I really hope I can grab Justin Herbert here. If not, we'll have to pivot and figure something else out. Have to figure something else out. Justin Herbert's gone. That is a bummer. Of course that happens. Why wouldn't it happen? Jared Goff is a good consolation prize, but I can't take him because it's the same bye week. So maybe J.J. McCarthy. C.J. Stroud, I would do that. C.J. Stroud's a fine choice. I'm going to go Dylan Sampson, though. Get the running back depth. I like that. Dylan Sampson, and I might mess around and just divvy up and get Jerome Ford. Where is his ADP? Just in case I need it. Who knows? Actually, nah, I'm not going to do that. It's usually a strategy that does not work. Trying to grab the same backs in the same committee. I'm better off looking elsewhere, to be honest. Bashal Tootin, perhaps. Najee Harris, maybe. Or I'll just settle for Jaden Blue. I won't get C.J. Stroud. I'll take Tua. And that'll be it. Those will be my next two picks. I'll go for Jaden Blue. I do need wide receivers, though. Still going to take Jaden Blue. I'll take a wide receiver after. If I had to start one, cut one, sit one. We're going to start Zinn. Definitely because it's the healthiest, I guess. Not really, but White Monster is going to give me a heart attack. The matcha, I feel like, is just like too much dairy. So I feel like that's the one that's going to have to get cut. And then White Monster gets sat for Zinn. You could use Zinn probably more often than you can use White Monster and feel the immediate relief and less of a taxing feel on your body. So that's what I'm going to say. Start Zin, bench White Monster, and cut Matcha. Even though I love Matcha. It's just a tough three, you know? It's a tough three to decide on. That's like, which one of my kids do I love the least? Like, I don't know. I really love all of them. I'm really glad I got Jaden Blue there. That was a great pick. I still need some sort of wide receiver help. Week 14, I'm going to have 2 starters. That's not good. That's a problem. But I need to make sure I go get quarterback as well. Or can I wait on quarterback? Potentially. Potentially, it could wait. Could get like Geno. No, I can't get Geno Smith. Same bye week. Yes, verified by me. Matcha is not as healthy. The more you learn. You learn a lot in my streams. You'd be surprised. Still got some ways to go before this draft is over. I'm still looking to add a wide receiver. Definitely need a backup quarterback. And hopefully Tyler Warren is just good enough most weeks to flex to make up for my bad. No, I shouldn't say bad, but low depth of wide receiver. Tua is gone. I'm running out of quarterback options just like that. They're flying off. They're flying off the board. I'm 6 picks away. Still need a backup quarterback. Still need a wide receiver. Those things are not looking good for me right now, but once those things are addressed, I'll feel a lot better. At least just get me one of those. Can we get one of those done? Take Joshua Palmer. I don't love it, but I need something. Demario Douglas, actually. But again, it's a week 14 bye. I may just do it, though. I may just have to say, you know what? Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Got Penix. Yeah, I may just have to take Michael Penix. I need the wide receiver, though. But if I don't take that quarterback, I'm legitimately not getting a quarterback. Scary. Scary to think about. Scary to think about. I put myself in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what? I'll go Cam Ward. Zig when they zag, am I right? I'm going to take Demario Douglas. No, I'm not, because he's got taken. Wow. That really sucks. That always happens to me, huh? I'm gonna take Pat Bryant. I'm gonna take a chance. It's probably not gonna work out. I need the wide receiver help though. I'll take Cam Ward when it comes back to me, or Michael Penix, depending on who's available for me. All the teams in front of me have 2 quarterbacks. I assume nobody's going to take one. And we'll figure out from there, what the hell are we doing? Kyle Pitts right after me. Bummer. I had my chance to take him, Steve. Had my chance, and I didn't. But we also got 2 much better tight ends, in my opinion. Come on now. We did good. We did good. One more pick. I'm going to take Cam Ward. But I really need this person to make their pick first in order for me to make my pick. Because that's how it goes. We all have to take turns. And he's just taking all of his time. No regard for anybody else in this draft lobby whatsoever. None of that. Give me Cam Ward. Thank you. Now I need to look at some more wide receivers. Alec Pierce. Not a bad one. No, I don't love those wide receivers. I'll stash Keenan. It's not a bad one. Tyler Lockett for the little Cam Ward stackaroonie. I think we're looking good. What do we got? 4 more picks to make? I think I'm going to call it a night, chat. I think that is going to be the end of our drafting. Not much happening in the chat. Of course, you guys asked great questions, so thank you so much for that. But this was a good way to come back to Mock Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Can't wait to run this back next week. My name is Turtle. This is Outlier Fantasy, and I will see you in the next one.